Ask a fish to climb a tree, and watch it believe its whole life that it is stupid. This phrase is often accredited to Einstein. Now, whether he said it or not is not entirely clear. Those words do carry a meaning, though, and yet that is basically what our education system and society ask from our students every single day. And not only that, after asking that of them, then we have the audacity to complain when they are depressed, anxious, or stressed. As a student of today's education system, I do have been asked to climb a tree. But not only that, after climbing said tree, however hard it was for me, I was asked to jump off into real life and make decisions that would resonate for the rest of my life with little to no guidance from the institutions I gave 15 years of my life to. So believe me, when I say what I'm about to, I have the best interest in mind. We have all been there. We would all benefit from a reform to the education system, thus making this a relevant speech not only to teachers and students, but to everyone who cares about the future. The school system is fundamentally flawed, and that is a bold statement. How so, you might ask? Well, first off, the system relies heavily on the use of standardized testing to determine the quality of students. These tests have been scientifically proven to increase the stress and anxiety levels of students, whilst not being a significant measure of a person's academic prowess. According to an article published by the BBC in 2021, standardized tests ignore development and experimental differences among individuals, specifically relevant differences in the ability to engage logical and recent thinking. Furthermore, the sole existence of these tests affects the ways we teach. Teaching for tests creates a hollow understanding of a subject in which a student is not involved in the process of learning. It has them become this machine to ingest information to later regurgitate it out and be forgotten. And this whole equation encourages competition rather than cooperation. This can be seen in classrooms where students fight over points and over participation rather than cooperating and making sure everybody is doing great. Schools become a cesspool for bullying and neglect and ridicule, not only by students, but also by teachers. Because let us get this straight. There is a substantial difference between correcting and ridiculing, and many teachers, sadly, go for the latter. This, amongst other societal circumstances, create a highly hostile education environment. According to WHO, World Health Organization, suicide is the fourth leading cause of death in ages 12 to 24. This sad fact is very disturbing, and this age group also happens to be amongst the time where you receive most of your academic formation in your life. We have to ask ourselves, are these numbers related? So, is all hope lost? Are we doomed? What can we possibly do for a system that expects us to know what we're going to do for the rest of our life the second we walk out the gates of high school, whilst they have been telling us what, how, and when and where to think for the past 15 years? Here is where I'm supposed to start mansplaining how to solve the world and kumbaya. But no, this is one of the most nuanced and complicated questions of the 21st century. But what I can say is what I have observed that isn't working. And one of the first things is to stop underpaying teachers. Stop underpaying teachers! For real! But really, stop! This is one of the most important things. How is a person that is struggling with rent or food supposed to come into a classroom and inspire generations to come? They have one of the most important jobs in any nation, and yet you can make as much money dog sitting. Nothing against dog sitters, though. Great people. And this isn't even on the script, but letting politicians make curriculums and class plans is ludicrous. The education in a country should be directed by educators, Pedagogues, Christ! Not a man on a nice tie that was taught to lie and deceive to get what he wants. So please. Something extremely important would be focusing education on a manner more akin to how we learn things as kids. Trial and error with experimentation and guidance. This might even instruct kids and teens that it is okay to make mistakes and improve their mental health. Honestly, I could bicker for hours and complain endlessly, but no one has the time nor patience for that. This is my call to action to you, because we are responsible. We have the responsibility. It lies in us, the people. We must elect officials that have clear-cut plans for education and not allow us to continue to trample the future of our people. This is a complex subject that has no one answer, but we can all strive to do better for a better tomorrow. And if we all put 2 drops of water, we could even fill the Great Lakes. So, if instead of making fish climb trees, we let them swim, heck, you might even be surprised at how good they do it. Thank you for your time, and strive for a better tomorrow.